All right, so you've got it. That world-changing idea, right? The one that could be the next big thing? But how do you actually turn that spark into a real sustainable business? Well, today, we're going to zero in on the single most important first step, and that's defining your customer. If you get this right, you're building a foundation for success. But if you get it wrong, well, even the best idea in the world is probably going to fail. Okay, let's just dive right into it. You're convinced your idea is brilliant, and hey, it probably is. But let me ask you a question that might just stop you in your tracks. Who exactly are you building this for? And I mean exactly. And this right here, this quote really captures the heart of everything we're about to talk about. See, success isn't about your idea just floating in a vacuum. It's all about relentlessly, obsessively focusing on the person you're serving. This isn't just some nice to have, it's the absolute foundation of your entire venture. So where do so many founders, totally trip up? They fall into this trap that seems so logical, but it's actually fatal. And that is trying to build a product for everyone. Let's break down exactly why that's such a huge mistake. Now, what I find really interesting about this is how it completely flips the script. We get so obsessed with our own solution, our own awesome product, that we forget to even ask if anyone actually needs it. The goal isn't to push your vision onto the market. It's to pull a solution from the market's deepest, most urgent needs. So, if building for everyone is the big mistake, what's the solution? Well, it's a really powerful strategy, kind of inspired by military tactics, called establishing a beachhead market. This is all about the power of disciplined focus. Think of it like this, okay? Instead of trying to fight a war on a dozen different fronts at once, you concentrate all of your resources, all of your energy on capturing one small, strategic piece of territory. Once you own that territory, you've got a secure base, a beachhead, and from there, you can expand your operations and start attacking the markets next door. And this just lays out the game plan perfectly. It's a simple three-step process. First, you have to choose one market and have the discipline to say no to all the others for now. Second, you go all in to completely dominate that one market. And only then, once you're in a position of strength, do you expand. But how do you even know if you've picked a real market? Well, it's got to meet these three conditions. The customers all buy similar kinds of products. They have a similar process for buying them. And crucially, they talk to each other. That last one, word of mouth, that is your secret weapon. It's this organic marketing engine that you just can't buy. You can only earn it by choosing the right market from the get-go. Okay, so we've gone from everyone down to a specific market. Awesome! Now we need to get even more granular. We need to start distinguishing between the different people inside that market. Now this is a really critical distinction. Think about, say, new software in an office. The end user is the employee who's got to use it every single day. But the decision-making unit, that might be their manager or maybe the head of IT, the people who actually sign the check. You've got to win over both. And here's the crucial point. Even if the person paying the bills, the economic buyer, loves the return on investment, if the end user hates it, if they resist it, or they just plain won't use it, you will fail. The end user is the hidden gatekeeper to all your revenue. They hold the ultimate veto power. So if the end user is that important, how do you make sure you're building something they'll actually love? That brings us to the most practical part of this whole explainer, building a super detailed user profile. Think of it like a blueprint for a single, real person. And look, I want to be totally upfront here. This is hard work. This isn't something you do in 5 minutes. It takes digging deep, doing real research, and fighting that urge to generalize. You're not creating some abstract persona. You are defining one specific, representative person from your beachhead market. So first, let's just sketch out the basic frame with some demographics. Let's get specific. What's their gender, their age range, their income? Next, let's place them in their world. Are they living in a crowded city or a quiet rural town? What kind of information are they consuming every day? Understanding their media habits doesn't just tell you who they are, it tells you how you can eventually reach them. Okay, now we go deeper. We move from the what to the why. What gets them out of bed in the morning? What are the things that keep them up at night? This gets right to their emotional core. And you got to be brutally honest about why they're buying. Is it a logical thing, like saving money, or is it emotional, like maybe improving their social status or just caving to peer pressure? This is so essential for building something they'll genuinely value. And finally, what's their story? What's that one unique, identifiable characteristic that just brings this person to life? Give them a name. Make them feel real, because this is the person you are serving. So you've done all that hard work. You've created this incredibly detailed profile of a real person. So what? Why does this actually matter so much? Let's connect this whole exercise directly to your startup survival and success.
Because a laser-focused customer profile, it's not just some academic exercise. It is the fastest path to getting your first paying customers. It's what generates that powerful, authentic word of mouth we were talking about earlier. And, most importantly, it ensures you are building a business on a solid foundation of real, urgent problems that people are actually willing to pay to solve.
And by completing this profile, you've done it. You've taken that monumental, critical first step. You've officially shifted from being product-focused to being truly customer-focused. And trust me, that changes everything.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. Just for a second, forget about your product, forget your business plan, and just ask yourself this one simple question. What is my customer's story? Because I promise you, if you can answer that, you're already well on your way.